There's been a lot of updates to automation platform, but the one that I really want to mention because it stands out the most is our codeless integration strategy. Codeless integrations you can think of as our pendant to adapters. They will live both at the same time. So you can have an integration, or you can integrate to a system through an adapter, but you can also integrate to a system through an integration. And what we've done here in preparation for codeless integrations is really think about what would our perfect solution be in order to integrate quickly into external systems. So we had a big discussion and everyone was free to say their ideas. If we have unlimited resources, unlimited time, what's the perfect integration that we want to build? And we had things like it should be buildable with under 1 minute. It should be easy to maintain, so it should not have code. It should not require an IAP restart. It should be very easy on the system resources, so it should be highly scalable. It should be able to be shipped with pre-built. So if you move one automation from your dev to prod server, for example, the adapter or the integration should just move with it. You shouldn't have to install it on prod again. It should be natively AJ aware, so that when you install it in your cluster once, all IAP cluster nodes are aware of it and have it. And that's exactly what we've accomplished with codeless integrations. We have a super easy way to integrate that is AJ aware, that you can ship with pre-builds and so on. Lots of benefits. I'm super excited to talk about it, but I'm even more excited to show it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show it full, the full story of it. So remember, we had this notify user task here, which we've never really done anything with, other than just say, yeah, we want to notify users at some point. I want to send a Slack notification to our Itential internal Slack whenever something like that, whenever we update an interface, whenever something like that happens. My IAP that I have here does not know anything about Slack. Like I can go into my admin essentials here. You see I don't have a Slack adapter. I'm not having any integrations or integration models right now. So there is nothing I have right now. Since integrations are based on Swagger or OpenAPI spec, I can just get those though. So, and I'm actually gonna show this right now. So we can Google search for Slack API spec and see, hey, what's out there? Is there something we can use? And we see a GitHub repo here, and we have a web and events API. And here we have an OpenAPI 2 spec for the web API for Slack. So let's just try that out. Download it. And here we see I got a couple of thousand lines, probably even more, of Swagger documentation for my for Slack, for the Slack Web API. So I'm just going to save that Slack Web API, and I'm going to add that in Automation Studio in Admin Essentials. Apologize, as an integration model. So here's my Slack Web Open API. I'm going to validate that. That's our check to make sure, are we compliant with this? Is everything included there? Do we have correct authentication schema? All of that is checked there. This model seems to be fine. So we're going to create this. And as you see, we now have an integration model for the Slack Web API with this certain version. All we need to do now is instantiate it. So I say this is going to be my Itential Slack. And I'm going to choose the Web API 1.7. And that also worked perfect. So now we have, of course, we need to configure it as well, but now we have an instance of our Slack integration installed. Let's see what that looks like in our automation. So all I want to do with notify user is I want to say post a message to Slack. And we always see it here. We have my Itential Slack. I've not restarted anything. I've not made any code changes. This is all live. I'm just going to use the send the message to a chat, the post message, and I can literally just send a message to my Itential Slack right now. So that is what we've done with codeless integrations. We have no knowledge about the system. We don't have any pre-built open source adapter. You didn't have to do anything manually. You give us your Swagger spec, and there's pages out there like OpenAPI Guru who has like thousands of those Swagger specs ready for you that you can just browse, import them into your IAP, and you are connected to that system.